Hello and welcome to the Argyle CIO Leadership Forum. My name is Vicki Lynn Brunskill with Argyle. It's great to have everyone joining us today. I have some important information to share with you, and then we'll turn the floor over to our esteemed opening keynote speaker. First, we'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsors, Adobe and SAP. Our sponsors are committed to providing you with valuable content and a great overall experience today. At any time during the event, you can visit their virtual booths from the main agenda page, and those do include complimentary materials, information, and meet and greet opportunities. We also welcome you to stay socially connected during today's event. For those of you who are active on social media, please use the hashtag Argyle Digital and follow us at Argyle Exec Forum. I'd like to take a moment to touch on our content neutrality policy, which we've curated based on feedback we've received over the years from our members. We've worked closely with all of our speaking faculty today to ensure you receive a set of balanced and neutral viewpoints during the sessions, and we appreciate our members' support of this policy. And finally, and most importantly, we want to hear from you. So during each session today, we encourage you to submit your questions and comments in the Q&A box on your screen. And following each presentation, we've set aside time for our speakers to weigh in on those questions. Thank you again for joining us today. Now let's get started. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Paulina R. Ware, Global Director of Technology and Innovation at PPG. We are so excited to have Paulina with us for her opening keynote presentation titled AI-Powered Automation for Cost Efficiency and Agility in 2025. Welcome, Paulina. Over to you.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for introduction. I'm really excited to be here and share my perspective on AI for cost efficiency and agility, specifically when it comes to research and development, manufacturing, and chemistry overall, as I thought it might be an interesting view and a lens to see as well. And before I start, I wanted to share that last weekend, I went to my MBA reunion where one of the speakers said, so often we have a mindset, I've got this, right? But perhaps it's a much better mindset to think I can be 10 times better. I can be 10 times better than I am today. And to be times better, the key message of that talk was it's not always work harder. Sometimes it's work differently. And I think that's what AI can bring to all of us. It can make us see the world in a different lens. And this is why I use this picture of a tree and knowledge and all of the AI stuff relevant to that. Because leaders are learners and we're all leaders here. And I think we're just at the very onset of how this technology is changing and changing our worlds, what's possible. And we all need to learn. And in many industries, many clusters, many places, I think AI will be a tool that will allow us to be 10 times better and faster and cheaper. This is a quote from Gartner that says that in just 2 years, in 2027, the generative AI tools will be really transformational for many businesses we have now, and it will modernize our technology for up to 70%. The quote says, the maturity of large language models offers an opportunity for us, CIOs, all of us, to find credible and long-awaiting mechanism to modernize our legacy businesses in a cost-efficient manner. But before I talk about AI and what's possible in the world of chemistry, I want to take a moment and highlight what PPG does. As I understand, it's a chemistry company that's not always a company that's thought about when it comes to IT and digital technology world. We are a really large chemical and paint company founded in 1883. As many other chemical companies, we are a traditional company, and all of the AI, digital technologies, machine learning, it's all new. And we're on a journey amongst the chemical industry to modernize our company by using all these new tools. But also we want to be a company that leads the industry as well. And just to give you an insight into breadth of everything that we do, we virtually make paintings and coatings for everything in this world. We, of course, have a mission statement that's all about our customers and bringing value to our customers. And of course, AI and digitalization is at the core of everything we want to do and we plan to do to accelerate, ultimately, to accelerate delivering value to our customers. I really like the slide. One of the slides shows the adoption of technology curve in the US starting in 19 in the 90s and going to 2000s, and you could see that there is a rapid change. If just like a while back, it took years to adapt a new technology like telephone, TV, whatever, car, cell phone. Now the rate of adaptation is so fast, so fast. It's not the order of years, it's the order of months. And that's what AI, that's what all the new digital technologies bring to our world. But it also means that we have to be very adaptable, very agile, and be open to moving very fast. This slide just like highlights everything that has happened so quickly, it feels like. Of course, machine learning, all of these abilities, it's not new. It's been happening in the background for many, many years. But what is new is the ability of artificial intelligence to generate new content that was not there before. And it's happening faster and cheaper than ever. Just towards the end of this year, last year and the beginning of this year, so many things have happened in the area of chemistry and technology with AI, which is really fascinating. The first AI Nobel Prize was given to a chemist and a physicist. That's amazing. NVIDIA announced that they will focus on chemistry and build a platform for AI for chemistry. There was a Nature paper that talked about using robots to conduct complex chemical syntheses and complex chemical reactions, and not only conduct the synthesis, but also make decisions. And finally, of course, we know the launch of DeepSeek, a new version of OpenAI for China, which shook all of us, right? And made us question so many things we took as a fact, because it was done cheaper and was less energy and was less computing chips and was less advanced computing chips as well. But of course, many industries have been using AI and machine learning for quite some time now, especially in healthcare, in finance, in transportation. And a lot of money is being spent on AI by our government, by corporations. So this is a big growth area, an area that's heavily invested into, but it is somewhat still new for the chemical industry. On this slide, I want to share the areas where AI applications are used in the world of chemistry the most. Of course, for research and development. There are so many ways in which artificial intelligence can accelerate the development cycle. It's faster access to information. It's optimizing the properties of your chemistry or your formulation, whether you're in a lab or through manufacturing. It's developing of new coating formulation and prediction of chemical reactions, automated polymer synthesis, accelerated testing, supply chain as well. It is a faster response to supply chain shock, new regulations or swap out for more cost-effective new raw materials. It's process optimization and quality control, enhanced safety in production and operations, and of course in the area of sales and marketing. There is tremendous amount where AI and digital technologies can be used as well. It's utilization of Salesforce. I keep getting calls. Can everybody still hear me? Okay. Okay. I will assume it's okay. Okay, fantastic. So in sales and marketing, of course, Salesforce customization and integration of tools like CRM is huge, and it's gonna accelerate the access of information for the sales force. It's transforming legacy platforms that exist now, which perhaps are not as effective and not as easy to search through. It's AI automated content, migration, and search ability to create visual aids for chemistries to talk to customers more effectively, and of course forecasting, and all of it, right, can be integrated all together: R&D, supply chain, production and operations, sales and marketing, through all kinds of support functions which also utilize digital technologies and AI. It's a data search, it's faster access to information through chatbots, things like fraud detection, enhanced cybersecurity, quality control. And before I go to the next slide, I want to pivot for a second and say that as we think about AI and digital technologies, the general trend I see is a lot of times we think about it in terms of these clusters of technology, but all of these technologies can also be a huge plus and add on to humans who work for our corporations as well. It can enhance personal human safety through metrics and meters that were not there before, and AI enhanced trackers. It can simplify many jobs, and even with things like health and mental health, AI chatbots can provide more condensed information and maybe even be like a co-pilot for the discussion. Okay, but coming back to chemistry, many things are happening in the world of chemistry about which I will talk today, and we're just here. We're just at the onset of what's possible and where the technology is going. And I think it's going to be exponential growth, not a linear growth in terms of what we will see over the next 2 years. And here are just some quotes from leaders in using generative AI for chemistry, for cost efficiency, and for automation. It's a machine learning revolution from the faculty of California and San Diego. Generative AI transforms chemistry by accelerating discovery, optimizing formulations, making rapid innovation possible through chemistry digital twins. And of course, NVIDIA is talking about AI for chemistry as well now too. And here on this slide, I wanted to list all of the possible ways in which you could use AI. Of course, faster access to information is really big. It takes a lot of time to read through patents, papers, other technical information. Ability to get the information in condensed and filtered and organized way through OpenAI or paid memberships is huge. And there are many startups which use ChatGPT, OpenAI type of platform to specifically target this information to science and technology and partner with big corporations through licensing. Property optimization. Of course, AI algorithm can do it because once you have a digital twin, you can use it for all kinds of applications. Discovery of new chemicals, automated polymer synthesis, accelerated testing, predictive quality control, and of course, supply chain optimization too, in terms of swapping for the new or the right raw material faster. Chemical industry itself is starting to utilize AI and digitalization in a corporate world, not just an R&D or a startup world, in this following ways. A lot of corporations are moving towards having chatbots, which are internal, that are the information search tools for internal information. They are signing licenses for external type of information search processes too. Of course, the manufacturing is a huge area through creating digital twins of your manufacturing plants, which is a big undertaking. But then it allows to put in all kinds of controls, parameters, desired outcomes, and model how your manufacturing process will work with a new chemistry, for example, before actually running the process in real life. Digital twins of chemistries, a lot of corporations are starting to explore how to do that. And of course, I already talked about utilizing AI for molecular and formulation design, The area of robotics for chemistry and synthesis is also a large area. And one comment I have is, through all of the talks from larger agencies that gather statistics, I thought it was an interesting finding that actually 80% of AI initiatives tend to fail at manufacturing stage. So these initiatives, because they're so new and this field is so young, require a lot of extra care to get it through the final state, to get it through manufacturing, to actually get it to sales, to get it to demonstrating revenue. And that seems really challenging because of the novelty of it. And I put it on here just because I thought it was very interesting. I know it's just text, and I know it looks like a lot if you're not in R&D world, but I thought it was very interesting. There was a Nature paper that I mentioned before that just got published a few months ago by University of Liverpool on using this AI-driven robots that could do very difficult chemical reactions, a type of reactions that require a PhD and 6 years of training to do. And then the paper shows that the robots were able to not only make the decisions, but make them faster than an average human scientist would. Us at PPG, we're exploring many different directions with AI, but of course, so do other coatings companies. Sherwin-Williams, AkzoNobel, they already have color matching tools and approaches, and they're partnering with big corporations such as Microsoft Azure to drive technologies forward. I like that this industry has a lot of collaboration too. And the new technologies are fundamentally R&D overall. Because whereas before you would go to the lab and you would try many different things and spend so much time finding the right chemistry, you can shortcut this process through chemistry foundation models, large language models, multimodal approaches, generative molecule design, and autonomous labs as well. And all of it will lead to cost saving, to reduce product development costs, to getting to the market faster, which is so important because it's a very competitive environment, and improving productivity and reduction of costs overall. And to really fully capture these benefits, it requires a cohesive approach of change management, a translation between the chemistry world and the digital world, and new experimental tools. This is a simple sketch of how it would work. One would start with developing chemical formula or desired outcome, and then use digital twin of chemistry or model outputs for performance prediction, formula recommendation, or ingredient recommendation, and then follow the standard process through making the paint and the resin, identifying the properties, and then evaluating the performance. But AI allows to shortcut this loop and do it a lot less times before going to production, before getting to a customer. It starts with using the data to build and train models, to forecast the outcomes. And then once you have a digital model, you can use it for all kinds of approaches. You can use it to optimize for property, to optimize for cost, to swap a raw material, or to develop a new chemistry, a chemistry that has not been there before. What will help is having massive data sets and models which are available in the industry. Some of the data sets and models specifically relevant to chemistry world, but I'm sure it exists in other worlds as well, like drug discovery. Having models which are either open, as Meta announced, or subscription-based allows you to train your model much faster with significantly less data. So I think that's a trick, because data is the new gold, but not everybody has data, because there is entire other process and story when it comes to capturing the data, having the mineable data, being due diligent for that as a corporation. Having open models to train the model or license-based models allows to get to the same result with less data. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that in our industry and in the chemical industry. Before I open the floor for discussion and questions, I wanted to share a case study. This is a case study of using AI to predict new formulation, to discover chemistry that has not been before. And in order to do this, it requires a combination of multiple tools, the large language model, foundation model, hunting model, to combine all the existing information out there and then model the chemistry space. This was very interesting learning for us because we've learned that with the model, it will show the space of chemistry that exists and that's well known, but it will also show domains that, for example, PPG competitors tend to do, or that's unknown domain overall. That's completely new. That's not typically used for this type of chemistries, but could be modified to be workable. So to me, using AI for new material discovery, in a way, it's like a technical scientific coffee chat times 1,000. Because as a scientist, as a technical expert, it's a lot easier to see a high level idea and then progress your thinking based on that than coming up with idea yourself. So what AI tools allow to do in new material discovery is to present scientists with ideas that then spun out many other ideas and therefore accelerate innovation. What we've seen with this approach overall is AI-enabled R&D accelerates throughput and moves this process towards being more systematic versus just the process of the discovery. And typically, when you develop new chemistry, it can take 2 to 4 months, just the lab work, to discover a workable formulation. With AI, we've seen acceleration where it's possible to do it in just 1 month. But of course, this is just Horizon 1. And my understanding, it's so new that most companies are not quite there in terms of modeling the actual chemistry networks. Only small molecules like proteins, for example, or individual molecules for drugs can be modeled. It's much harder to model a network, and it requires a lot of computing power. And only now this computing power is becoming available with NVIDIA CPUs, for example. And there are many startups that are exploring how to get there with this polymer synthesis or polymer modeling roadmap, but we're not quite there. But I think we will be there very soon, right? 6 months, a year, we don't know. But this is definitely a very exciting area. And overall, when it comes to AI and machine learning operating model, it comes to 4 pillars: people, processes, technology, and data, and all of them fitting together. What I've seen is that you might have really good digital models and you might have really good concepts. It is challenging to drive change in any organization, especially in traditional corporations that are not used to thinking in a different way and using digital technology, using AI to do things differently. And it's a big time investment too. So it requires really a lot of attention and a lot of focus on adaptation and scaling and very strong strategy. People dedicated to it, like specific product managers, to really drive success forward. So that's where we are on AI journey at PPG. We're exploring all of these pillars, trying to be role models and educate our leaders on AI, fostering connectivity among each other, engaging where we can to drive digital technologies forward, reinforcing what's possible, and overall building capabilities. I'm going to stop here. I hope you have questions and comments. And then if you want to connect with me, this is my my LinkedIn and my contact information.
Thank you so much, Polina. What a wonderful presentation. I do see a couple of questions have come in from the audience. Our first question is, how large is PPG's AI development team?
I would say about 100 people total. That includes some IT people too. So we have some IT people that sit in dual functions.
Thank you. Any tips for balancing the need for agility with governance and risk management when implementing AI?
I think that's an excellent question. I will be honest, I don't have any tips because I think it's difficult because we're using data in ways we have not used it before. So it's a new territory for a lot of us. We have to think about IP and how to protect data and data governance in ways we haven't done before. Same with all the cybersecurity. So it's hard. I know that we have not quite done that, but I know there are organizations and more startup like companies that are specifically focused on governance and ethical AI, and large corporations tend to hire them because they are the experts to get help. So I hope that helps. I'm happy to talk more about this, so outside of this.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. I see another question. How do you think AI-powered automation improves business agility, and how can we really measure its impact?
Yeah, fantastic question. I think it improves business agility through being able to, first of all, being able to respond to both customer requests, supply chain shocks, or regulatory changes faster, much faster than you were able to before. So it's about speed. How to measure it, sometimes it's challenging because it's new and new is hard to measure. In our company, we've made a mindful decision to tie our AI initiatives to either reduce costs or increase revenue so we can demonstrate the value. And my personal, Paulina's perspective, not necessarily PPG perspective, is that when we started the AI journey, we were doing a lot of things, a lot of initiatives. But now we made a choice to be really focused in even our exploratory efforts and really focused on the efforts which will be measured by increased revenue overall.
Thank you.
So
Unfortunately,
you tie it to P&L ultimately.
thank you, Polina. So thank you for we are out of time. Thank you for such an excellent keynote and Q&A. And I also want to thank everyone for joining us. This session, along with all of today's content, will be available on demand following the event. And our next session will begin at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time, and that will be a panel discussion titled AI 2025, Strategic Insights from Real-World Implementations. Please click the join button that will appear on your screen to be redirected to that session, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you again, Polina.